Hey everyone, this is Derek with OPTP. This week on Try This with Bob and Brad, the guys are going to focus on the shoulders. They've got 4 great solutions for taking care of common shoulder pain and stiffness. Enjoy.
Booyah! Hi folks, I'm Bob Shub, physical therapist.
Brad Heineck, physical therapist.
Together we are the most famous physical therapists on the internet.
In our opinion, of course,
Humble
Bob.
opinion. Today we're going to talk about shoulder pain. We're going to show you 4 different things that you should try and see if they work for you. Let's start right away, Brad. The first thing we're going to recommend is you take resistance bands. We got resistance tubing with handles, and you can hook them up to the wall anchor. This works really well for this particular issue because you can do a plethora of exercises for the shoulder.
That would mean a lot of them, right?
A lot
Bob?
of them,
Okay.
yes.
So the first one, this is a very common, most all therapists, if not all therapists, will work this exercise because it works the shoulders, it works the rotator cuff muscles and posture.
And it works the shoulder blades. Now the shoulder blades back here are actually kind of the foundation of the shoulder. All the muscles that go into the shoulder, most of the muscles that go into the shoulder originate on the shoulder blades. So you've got to get that area in place or you're going to continue to have shoulder problems.
There you go, Bob.
We want to show external rotation.
Yes, because this is another go-to exercise. We're going to go sideways, rotator cuff. If you have impingement, this is almost always a go-to exercise. And the nice thing about
look at this. What you just did. You just let that go?
Yeah. And now, because you typically want less resistance, because these are small muscles, and you want to work them properly. My mechanics are really important on how I do this one. I really look at my patients
Keep his
close.
elbow to the side.
Yep, we're not doing this.
He's not flying that
We're
elbow.
not doing that. It's specific. And so just some wonderful things about the hey, there we go. Take that right off.
That's really probably the ideal way to strengthen your shoulder.
I would agree, Bob.
Because you can do diagonals,
right,
and you can do every fashion, every form.
Oh, one of the things I always do, and I do this for maintenance. I do this one, and then I simply turn around and I do the opposite muscle groups, the antagonists, so we get the anterior shoulder muscles.
How often do you work out on bands? 3 times a week?
3 days a week.
Okay.
Unless I'm sick, then I do it 3 days a week.
All right, next thing, booyah stick, which we started off with here. It's just a simple little stick, but it's really well made. You can't break this.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got really good grip on it.
It's the right diameter. It's got the smooth, grippy surface that you don't slip on it.
My wife she's been doing these. She's having shoulder problems, and she did believe me, but this took them away.
Yeah.
And she was trying a broomstick at one time, and she goes, "This doesn't work very well." I mean,
it works, but not as well.
Yeah,
This really has
a good grip to it.
Yeah, and we've tried breaking these. It's in the wintertime. It was under 30 degrees out, and I took it like this, and I swung it at a big solid tree as hard as I could, and it just shook so much it hurt my hands. And this is very tough material.
So we're going to show you first the actual Statue of Liberty. This actually was invented by Brad. And what you do is you can, if you're shorter like Brad, you can maybe do it from the floor. I need to do it from the seat. You actually put your arm up as high as you can. You might only be able to go this high to start off with, but then you lean forward and actually put some decompression on the shoulder. You stretch the shoulder.
Stretches it out. And notice that you don't let your hand slip down because that will take away all the benefits of what we're trying to achieve.
Right, and what you do is do a few reps that way, and then you can walk your hand up a little higher and stretch it even more.
Yeah, it's hard to see this, but the mechanics of this is when you lean forward, it literally pulls the arm and gives it that traction in a very controlled manner.
I've had more people with shoulder arthritis that love this device because they come in, they can only lift their arm this high, and they'd go home, and I'd send a stick with them, and they'd start with like that, but then they'd work their way up, and when they come back, they're up higher.
Right.
And you can see where you're on the stick. You can see you can see the progress.
And those people probably started on the floor.
Right.
And the big benefit, we got these really nice heavy-duty rubber pads that make
Tips.
it will not slip on the floor, and that's a must.
Right.
You have to have something
Next
like
one,
that.
Brad. You want to show the hanging handles?
Oh, Bob, of course.
I'll grab the book.
So here we have the hanging handles. They're handles that are above head level, and we hang on them. That's why we call them the hanging
thing
handles.
is, we use the same wall anchor.
Exactly right. Because the wall anchor comes in a set, and you can put them at different levels, and you need 2 of them at the higher level.
Right, at the higher level.
They anchor into wall. You must have wooden studs behind your wall. Make sure you have that. Vast majority of houses have that.
Right. So when you buy the hanging handles, you get the 2 handles. You get is it a carabiner clip? What do you call it?
Yeah, this heavy duty clip
and
there.
then you got the actual anchors and 2 screws each that go into the stud. And we measured the amount of resistance that it could take, the amount of torque.
The force.
The force.
Yeah, torque is a circle thing, Bob. We're doing. He's
I was
not an
close
engineering
enough.
background, but yeah, and we got what was over 700 pounds. You're not going to
I
pull
think it
these
was
out.
800 pounds for the center. I thought it was 1,000 pounds, and the machine
Bob,
broke.
You're
and
making
on
stuff up.
On the edge, it was 800 pounds.
Whatever, it's not going to break on anybody unless you're. And that's just for one side. You combine both. of them
Right.
together. And we just sit there. And the nice thing about these is against the wall is a big benefit because it gets you in good posture. But when you start out and you slowly put your weight on it, because you don't want to just drop your weight on it. You want to see how your shoulders are doing. There should be no pain created with this. It should be a gentle stretch. You might start out with, I'm controlling the weight with my feet, maybe 50%, and hang there for 30 seconds or so, and do that for a few days. And you'll find out each day, you'll notice, oh, you can hang a little bit more without pain, and it actually starts to feel good. And when you get off, you feel kind of invigorated, and things are going. So you must start out gently and work up. And it won't, for some people, if you got, like my shoulders are reasonably healthy, I got a little issue on this one, but I can do full weight, and it just feels good. Good for my back too.
Yeah, we got to give credit here, Brad. This was when we became aware of this is through Dr. Kirsch, who was an orthopedic surgeon. He wrote a book. Where is it, Brad?
I believe it's behind you.
He wrote a book on hanging, basically, and here it is. It's called Shoulder Pain, the Solution and Prevention, and he's got some testimonials in here. He
happens to be now a retired shoulder surgeon, orthopedic doctor.
From our neck of the woods.
Yes, you betcha. This is on 5th edition, I believe.
Yes, it is. And he has taken people that were going to have surgery, and they ended up not having surgery as far as even tears and rotator cuff injuries.
Yeah, I think Bob and I are both on the same page when we first saw this technique. I thought, that's going to tear your shoulders apart. It's not going to be helpful. But after reading the book and understanding the science behind it that he puts in there clearly, it's like, oh, maybe this will work. So we both start trying it, and we're having, I don't know, it's been probably how many years since we've been promoting this? At least 5, I think.
A lot of people
maybe longer.
supporting us. Now, another book, this is probably the #1 book that I would recommend for shoulder pain. This is by Robin McKenzie, Treat Your Own Shoulder. He's got a whole series of books, Treat Your Own Back, Treat Your Own Knee. This guy was the guy. I mean, in physical therapy, what did he die maybe 10 years ago?
I think it was less than that, Bob. But one way or another, one of his big concepts that you don't see out there a lot is educate the patient to take care of themselves. That's part of the therapist's responsibility, and if you don't do that, you're missing something.
Yeah, I remember when I went to one of his courses, and they said, this is going to reduce your visits. I mean, your income's going to go down because your patients aren't going to need as many treatments.
Right.
And I was happy with that.
Well, and plus the word's going to get out.
The word gets out, yes.
Right.
That
you
you're
get
to help
more
people.
patients and you see them less.
So if you're on our channel, YouTube channel, Bob and Brad, you can also type in Robin McKenzie or McKenzie exercises, and you'll see some of these. But if you want the entire layout, where he lays it out, tells you what order to do it in, what else to do, It's all right here. This book isn't very expensive.
They're not. They're
like $12.
Very reasonably priced.
88 pages, really well written, and you'll see that the reviews are really high on these.
Right.
People really had good results with it.
All right.
So,
Was there another one, Bob?
No, that's it.
That's it?
You don't believe me? That's it. We got them all.
Very good.
Yeah.
You take care of your shoulders, because if your shoulders aren't good, it's hard to play baseball.
It's hard to salute me.